example, a good cycle example. If you get married in number 2 year, right? Then number 3 year you will have the children, right? Number 4 year you will work hard. Number 5 year you can fool around, because you can end up fooling around. Now what happens if you fool around? What happens to what you did in the 2? The whole foundation falls. And that's what we do all the time. We do that all the time. We build our foundation and we drop down because we get discouraged in the 5 part. Yes. 5 minutes can change the whole world. So what happens now is that if you lose all the foundation to 5, then you never get to 6 or 7 or 8. You back to your level. So during the 6 and 7 and 8, you suffer until you get back to the 2 again to start again. You understand that? Everyone understand that? So this is what you call the stages of life. Stages of life. So don't lose it. Don't lose what you already built already. Build on that. Right? So, and then you'll find that every 9 year is different. For example, if you are making, let's say you're a real estate salesperson, or you own a business, and you make like 100,000 in this number 8 year. If you build on that and you do everything according to time, the next 9 year will be $1 million. And the same thing with love life. Let's say you build your love life and you work according to the foundation and don't ruin the foundation. And don't fool around in the 5 or separate in the 6. Then in the 7 and the 8, you reap the benefits of that. You enjoy traveling together, you enjoy making more love together, you enjoy everything together. This is how karma works. So you have the best tool, right? Now, you'll find that somebody might be say, okay, well, they see the Swami in number 2, they do well. Number 3, they benefit from the Swami and everything. And then when they reach the number 4 year or 5 year, they say, oh, I don't want to see the Swami anymore. And then they suffer in the 6th year, and then they come back in the 7th, guaranteed. Guaranteed they come back in the 7th. It's amazing.
Is it true that every 9 years, as you get older, it's worse if you have not learned your lesson?
If you have not learned your lesson, you remain the same way, the same level.
So,
but if you have learned your lessons and you go to the next 9 year, you are ascending more and more.
Ascending. Because I see that in the 9 years of my life, some have been good, some have been bad, it depends on what I learned before, but other people's life, as they get older, it gets worse.
Well, because the universe, you have to realize now, the universe is always trying to teach you, to make you a better person. Okay, what does your body do? The blood system does. It eliminates all the bacteria, and it keeps the good cells, and it builds on the good cells and makes you grow, right? But it's the same thing the universe is doing to you. If you're a bad bacteria, it keeps lashing out back at you. And if you're a good bacteria, it keeps rejuvenating you. It's according to karma, right? So the whole idea is that you can say, okay, I don't want to see the Swami in 1 year, and the next year I'm going to see the Swami because, and you know what's weird? I don't know if you ever noticed this, but in the number 9 year you always meet the old friends, or meet people that you never knew before for a long time, or you have never seen for 8 years. You will see them back again in the 9 years. So whatever you have done comes back to you in the 9 year. So if you're running a 9 year, it comes back, whatever comes back to you. And how you deal with them is going to determine how your next year will be, next cycle will be, that ends the cycle. And remember why everything is 9, because 9 is the highest reality. Now when a person is psychic, when they can see things and so on, it's because they are on a higher level of the numbers. In other words, they're much more on a higher consciousness, which would be like 11. So that's why everybody will see differently. And when two people are together, they don't see everything the same way. Except unless they're watching a movie together. Unless they're reading the same book or watching a movie, right? They're not going to see everything the same way. Because remember, each person has a different level. Number 6 is looking at it differently and says, how can I fix it if it's wrong? And then number 9 is saying, I'm confused, I don't know which one is right. Who knows? Right? Number 2 says, let me see if it's clean first. Is it clean? Is it eatable? Is it good? Right? Number 3 says, how am I going to benefit from it? What is it for me? Right? And number 1 says, well, I have to see how it affects me. How it affects me. Right? So each number is different. Number 4 says, how much work is in it? How hard it is. Right? And number 5 says, what pleasure can I get from this? Right, Ronald? What pleasure can I have from this? That's you're looking for pleasure first. Right? Right? And then number 7, he says, I don't believe what's there. I want to see inside. Right? Yeah. And number 8 says, oh, how much money? How much money am I going to get? So you see, each person will see it differently. So if you're number 2, and then you're talking to a number 1 person, the first thing you want to do is say something that will make the person feel something is in it for that person. Right? And number 2 thinks about love. So therefore, when you talk to a number 2 person, you have to say something that will create love first. Then you don't have a problem after that. A hug helps. Number 2 people are very, very caught up with love by hugging. Right? Now, a number 6 person, right, have fear. They said, oh, I don't trust this person. What is he going to do next? So what you have to do, you have to assure that person. Right, Martha? You have to make that person feel safe. Then that person will allow you to do whatever you want after that. But so again, you have to, if you know the people's life code, you can actually know how to love them. Right? Now, number 8, think of money. Right, isn't it? They worry. If they give you $1, they worry. If they give you $5, they worry. Right? So number 8 thinks about the money first. And judges everything by money. Now number 3 also judges everything by the children. They think of the children first. And so on. So as you can see, you know this ahead of time, so you know how to deal with each other. Right? So now you don't have to worry about losing that person or losing it. Right? When we get married for life. In a wedding, when 2 people get married, the whole world changes. When 2 people get married, they have children make the world, and so if there's no marriage, if there's no love, there's no marriage and no children, there's no world. So that's why in Hinduism, the wedding, they last for 5 days. We do the wedding in 5 days. We have Martin do the wedding for 5 days. And then, but over here, they just do it in Las Vegas in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, you're married. Right. So, we don't realize the impact of two people getting married. It can change the whole world. You can have an Osama, Obama, whatever. So it changes the world. So marriage is not such an ordinary act. Right? So when you marry, you're marrying the mind. Right? So you're pledged to stay for life. Right? That's why when we go to the Swami, we want to match the marriage properly. You want to put a bad match. Get a bad match and create a problem. And make the marriage disappear. That's why we suffer in this new society, because we are not checking our match with people. When we get married, we just marry. Because she saw her in bikini. So he said, oh, I'm married. I'm married. So that should not be the reason. It should be the reason because they want to have that person as a companion all their life. That's the reason for marriage. So it's very important that we love everything we do. We have to love all the things that we do in our life. Okay. Can you answer me the question? How much do you love your job? Okay. Sure, that was good. Okay. You know, if you love your job and you do your job with great love, the job, even if you're not getting paid enough for that job, the next job comes easy. It comes very easy. If you love your business well and you serve your customers well, you never have to worry about advertising and making profits. Right? So you have to love what you do. Right? Do you love your marriage? Do you love the person in your marriage? Your partner? If something is wrong, and find out what's wrong. And usually it's always you. You are looking at it differently. So you have to look at your thoughts and everything, the person. So all of this is very important. Find out how much you love something. And then love it to a great deal. You know?